Hey there folks, and welcome back for another Spotlight. And today we're going to use Mystic Water Irish Traveler. And this Mystic Water smells excellent. This is a take on the green Irish tweed scent. Sorry about that. Fairly robust in the scent. I think I'd call it about a 7. I have used Mystic Water in the past, and it was a little bit finicky for me to lather, but guys in DFS like Celestino, it's his top soap, and if it's his top soap, I figure it warrants revisiting. Maybe it's something that I've done. I'm open to the fact that I'm not perfect. In fact, I'm far from it, so I could have erred in my lathering. I did try it a couple times, and it just didn't come out right, but we're going to try it again today and see how it goes. Also, since a lot of people have been asking about the Wolfman, I wanted to give you another look at that. We're going to use that today, and one of the things I wanted to show you here is how the, if I can hold that up for you, how the blade locks in. It uses those bars, which I think is excellent, excellent, excellent. When that blade's in there, it's lined up and it's not moving. All right, so I got a fairly heavy load on this today. Boy, it smells great. And I'm hoping I'm wrong. When I was lathering that back at the time, I think I was using a natural hair brush. And I do find synthetics are easier to create a lather with. That is not to say you cannot create a lather with natural hair, because you most definitely can, and you can create a great one. But I've become more adept at creating lather with synthetics. So right now this one is looking just fine. And this stuff smells great. No problems whatsoever, no burn on the face. Let's add a little bit of water. So far it's feeling pretty good. Lexi. So pretty thick here. Definitely not thin, definitely not dissipating. Definitely better than before. And before I had gotten a good face lather, and then, or excuse me, I'd gotten a good bowl lather. But when I went to face lather, it wasn't that great. And today it's just fine. And I always say, when we talk about lather, I'm not nearly as concerned about the way it looks as the way it performs. So let's see how it goes. Very nice. Yep, good residual slickness there, no problem with that. This Wolfman is a marvelous razor, by the way. I'm getting a lot of questions about it, and I do not regret making that purchase, although I sometimes struggle with, buying expensive gear. This is one case where I don't regret it at all. And if you're in the market for a Wolfman, I'd say you're pretty safe insofar as you're probably going to enjoy the Razor 2. If you've already, if you have already made that decision, I'm going to get on that list, I'd say you'll probably be happy with your decision. Because I certainly am. And I waited almost a year I was on that list. So. Alright, let's rinse the face and come back for pass 2. Very nice first pass. And face still feels slick even after I did that rinse. Again, that's an excellent sign. So the Mystic Water here is holding up very well. So it could have been me. Or, maybe I'm just using a different brush. I don't know. But I'm not having any of the issues that I had, I don't know, I want to say about a year and a half ago, or maybe longer. So, pretty pleased with that. Let's get some of that lather there. There we go. It smells great, feels great too. So, maybe this is a soap, excuse me, knock something in the sink there. So maybe this is a soap that I can, you know, add to my selection. Try some other ones. Also bought lime, so we'll try that one, you know, later. Yeah, this is going well, so I'm not having any problems whatsoever. I love the scent on this. I love that green Irish tweed scent anyway, so this is outstanding. One thing I want to mention, I was talking to a guy yesterday. His name is John Rodeo. And he made the logo and avatar that you see, that's a traditional shaving evangelist with the barber pole and the glasses, which was very cool. And he just did that as a thank you to me, so I wanted to mention him again. And I'll link his information below in the event anybody's looking for, you know, custom graphics or an avatar or anything like that. Great guy. We had a long conversation yesterday, and it was wonderful. I really like John. So one of the things I want to mention here, I scratched there, I'm making a concerted effort. I mentioned this before, I want to do it again, to ensure that when I'm dealing with products or mentioning things, that to the best of my knowledge, they are people of integrity. Because quite frankly, I never realized it, or I just didn't think about it. But there are folks who buy stuff based on what I say. And I mentioned this the other day in a video, but just want to reiterate, I'm really making a concerted effort to make sure I'm not steering anybody down the wrong path. And I'm not trying to steer you, don't get me wrong, but if you are led by something I say, I want you to make sure you're dealing with a good person. And I'll pick up on that on the other side when we go for past 3. Soap is working marvelously, so very, very good. I'm happy about that. All right, so as I was saying before, you know, things have come up to, things have come to light, I should say, indicating that, you know, quite frankly, I've been duped in the past, and I really want to try to make sure that doesn't happen again. Let's move this. I don't know how this got out of the whack. Maybe I bumped it. I don't know. But anyway, if the business practice of the artisan is, you know, not anything that I personally would appreciate, then I'm not going to use that product. Taking unfair advantages, lying, asking for forgiveness but not forgiving, things like that, that's a no-go for me. If you're a person who has asked for forgiveness, and then when the tables are turned, you can't find it in yourself to forgive, then I can't deal with it. That's just not a quality individual. And I want to explain something really quick, guys. When I say keep them up and keep them open, that means I want you to be vigilant and watch what goes on. And when you see things that appear to be not on the level, you might want to think about that long and hard before you're making your purchases. As I've noted before, people have skin in the game, and you know, it's competitive. So some people will use any and every advantage to get that business. And even if it means doing things that are not what you or I might be comfortable with. And so I'm choosing not to spend my money, nor use or talk about those sort of products. And so, again, when I say keep them up and keep them open, just keep your eyes open, guys. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that goes on that people don't know about. But if you watch, you can figure out who's in it for the money. I saw someone the other day proclaim that a particular soap was better than all the other artisan products, or any artisan product, and it just happened to be Melt and Pour. which melting pores can be good, but someone actually sent me that product and I lathered it up, and I did not find it to be anywhere near even as good as the artisan soaps, let alone better. So when you see something like that, guys, you've got to take that into consideration. If you're selling something, you should be confident in your product, but to proclaim it's better than all the other stuff, some would say that's confidence in your product, and that's great. Others would say that's disrespectful to the others. Take it however you want it, but I know how I take it. Let's rinse the face and come back for the post. All right, while we're applying our Magic Made by Witches Thayers, just following up on that last statement I made, I will tell you right off that there are a lot of mass-produced products that work just as well as artisan. Because, and the reason I say that, I've been accused in the past of shilling for artisans, and that's not the case. And if you ask any artisan, they'll tell you the same. They don't provide me product for mentions in return. I've evaluated some stuff, but they realize that when I evaluate something, it's a double-edged sword. It could go either way. Anyhow, I'd be the first to tell you there are some mass products that work as well as artisan, so I like both. But artisan products are generally widely accessible, good quality, and there's so many to choose from, so it just makes it a wonderful thing in terms of that selection and availability. That I really like it, and I think by and large the quality is good. That's why I use a lot of artisan products. It has nothing to do with the fact that they do anything for me, because I would tell you in my top 6 soaps, none of those people were folks who really sent me anything. So it doesn't, you know, if I like it, I'll say so, and maybe that's a benefit to the artisan, but I'm not here to shill for artisans or anybody. Like I said, I'm not on the payroll of anyone. By the way, this aftershave I'm trying here is a Sterling Mountain Man. They threw it in with my last order, and I didn't think I'd like it, but it smells pretty good, so I might buy this soap. All right, guys, so I want to mention the soap again. I had very nice results this time around with Mystic Water Irish Traveler. I loaded heavier, I loaded a little bit dry, and maybe that changed things. So the lesson here, guys, is keep your mind open, listen to other people. I do, and you know, they've probably changed my mind. This was very good. Face feels great, lather was great, scent was great. It was very, very good. No problems at all. Wolfman, tremendous job once again. Beautiful razor. If you want it, I can definitely give it a thumbs up. It's a very good razor. And with that, I want to say, guys, as always, keep them up and keep them open.